Hi everybody, it's time for a game review, and this game review is for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is a part of an action-adventure video game series, which is the third of 5 games that continues the story arc of Desmond Miles. Brotherhood came out in November of 2020, inspired by Italian history and culture. Desmond Miles is the descendant of notable assassins in a secret order that safeguards humanity's right to free will, where the Templars, their enemies, seek to control the free will of others. Desmond and a team of others from the Assassin Order are on a mission to find a relic called the Apple of Eden before the Templars do. This is done by hooking Desmond up to a machine so that he can live the memories of his ancestors and hopefully find a clue on where the apple is hidden. So I got to play this game on Xbox sometime after it was released, and I loved it so much, but I never got to finish it. So when I started streaming and getting back into video games, I really wanted to revisit this one. But this time I got it through Steam and I played it on my PC. So I don't know if it's just a problem with the Steam version for PC, but I remember when I played this on Xbox when it was new, I don't remember having any problems with it. But let's go over the disadvantages first. Logging in was a pain. Every time I wanted to play the game, I pretty much had to put the password in or the authentication code in, and I don't have to do that for any of the other Steam games that I have. And once I get into the game, I can't skip through the opening credits, so I have to wait until it's done. There's no way to save manually, and this is a pain in the butt. Because a lot of gamers, we're used to having a placement, something that we can go back to and be like, okay, I want to do that over again. So if you want to save, you have to do certain activities, like going through a memory or going through the sewer system. There's no way to go back and start at a specific location. You can replay memories, you can redo certain things to get a full synchronization, but I've never found this structure of gameplay convenient as a streamer or gamer. The game controls take some time to learn. You have to be very patient. In this game, I've had some problems with targeting mechanics where sometimes it would select the nearest target and sometimes it wouldn't recognize any targets, even when I was surrounded by targets. Just imagine you're trying to be sneaky and you're staring at the only target on your screen, and you throw a knife and it goes off in a completely different direction and gives away your location. Vsync resolution and multi-sampling. There's a couple points in the story where the game malfunctions. The two that I had problems with was the one with Da Vinci's flying machine where I couldn't steer the glider, and the second time was near the end game where I reach a checkpoint that a cinematic is supposed to play but nothing ends up happening and I'm stuck in limbo. So both of those times I had to go into my graphics and change the Vsync, the resolution, and multi-sampling in order to move forwards, and then change them back afterwards. It's a little bit of a turnoff, especially when you have no idea what's going on. Desynchronization glitches. Many people have experienced glitches with the desynchronization field in-game. Some people have gotten stuck between the field and a zone. I tried starting a new game and I was trying to do a fast run through to get through a certain point, and I ended up finding myself surrounded by a desynchronization circle with nowhere to go. And because there are no save points, I couldn't go back and not do the thing that got me in the desynchronization circle in the first place. Now I'm wondering if I screwed myself over this whole time and all I needed to do was abort the mission, and it may have put me back to the place that I was before I got locked into that space. But if I remember correctly, I had just finished a memory which left me in a new location with nothing to do. Assassin's Creed is a game where you definitely want to follow the story in order. However, what that order is not really clear to the gamer. You don't really know what's next, you're just going to certain map icons. In this game, you have Borgia towers that control a certain area of the map, and you need to dismantle those towers in order to kind of complete some of the objectives within that territory. However, there are certain missions that you start in a different zone and then it takes you to another zone that you haven't dismantled the Borgia tower there yet. So there is this one inconvenient moment where I did a memory that was in a territory of a Borgia tower that had not been dismantled, and I accepted it and it took me to another place that had a Borgia tower that also wasn't dismantled. So I already spent like a lot of time on this memory and I'm at this point where I'm like stuck because I need to do these Borgia towers, but they're like difficulty 4. And honestly, I didn't know what to do, and because of the black screen that I experienced while I was trying to record it, it just ended up not getting recorded anyways, so Let's talk about the black screen. Sometimes this happens when you're trying to stream a video game or record a video game, and this could be some issues with whatever you're recording with. It could also be that the game is trying to prevent like copyright infringement. Nonetheless, I haven't experienced this with any other game. I tried troubleshooting by watching others who fixed theirs, but it didn't end up working for me in my circumstances. So in my frustration, I settled on just using a scene on Streamlabs, which showed my display capture. But this also meant that I couldn't change views while I was recording because it would record whatever was on my screen. So that was inconvenient. The fast track ending. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. I just wanted to express that once you kind of activate a certain part in the game, there's no going back. You can't like go back and redo it. You can't abort mission, nothing. Like once that sequence of events has been activated, like that's it. You can only move forward from there. You can't go back and do other things, and that sucks. I'm really sad that it ended so fast and didn't give me a chance to go back. I'm definitely feeling the emptiness. Because of all these bugs and glitches and inconveniences, it made the gameplay super stressful, and it sucks because this game can be so much fun. I'm sad that I didn't get the full experience. But what do I like about this game? I love the connection to history. Seeing the architecture and the story is just so entertaining. I love stepping back into the past. My favorite parts of the games are doing obstacle course runs, like the Layers of Romulus. Switching back and forth from the past and present is a nice touch when you have to exit the Animus and then see your team members and kind of catch up with them. I also really like the freedom to go do little side quests and achieving small objectives like collecting flags, feathers, and doing faction challenges. Tips for people that I have who want to play this game. Maybe check around and look at reviews and see what console is best to play this on. Perhaps Xbox would be a better choice, but Steam for the PC was definitely not a good choice for me. It's a good idea to do Borgia Towers before you activate memories because those memories can whisk you away into an area that is surrounded by a desynchronization field. Once you've reached sequence 7, avoid the memory near the Castel Sant'Angelo until you've gotten all your side quests, all the Borgia Towers, all the things, because once you do, there's no going back and you're moving forward towards the end game. But if you do try this on Steam, just be prepared for bugs and glitches, or maybe by the time you're seeing this, they will have fixed all the bugs and glitches and it'll be funsies for everyone. So will I play other Assassin's Creed games in the future? I love the Assassin's Creed series. I will absolutely play more Assassin's Creed games. However, this one has definitely put me off my Assassin's Creed need for a while. I really wanted to revisit this game because I enjoyed it so much when it was new, but it is time for me to move on and leave the past in the past. One thing I can promise you is that this is not my last gameplay. This game experience has left me hungry and wanting for a good story, so keep an eye out for my next adventure. If this review was helpful, give it a like and consider adding me on Twitch or YouTube and checking out some of my other gameplays. See you in the next game. Live long and prosper.